Alabama's WVUA News at 5 with your award-winning news team, Lynn Brooks, Terry Brewer, weather with Richard Scott, and sports with Gary Harris.
Coming up in home team weather, it is hot this afternoon, 85 in Tuscaloosa. Check that out, 84 in Chicago. How long is this hot air going to stick around? And what about some cooler weather and rain chance? Your forecast is coming up.
Plus the latest on a wildfire that roared across dozens of acres in Tuscaloosa County. And Tuscaloosa city leaders are taking new steps to clean up Forest Lake. I'm glad you're with us. I'm Lynn Brooks.
And I'm Terry Brewer. Up first tonight, an investigation is underway in Tuscaloosa County after flames lit up the sky last night in Brookwood when a wildfire broke out.
Details in tonight's top story. As we reported, officials say about 35 acres went up in a blaze. There were several homes near the fire. Officials told us the wildfire was under control by 10 o'clock last night. According to Brookwood volunteer firefighters, there were no injuries. And today, the Alabama Forestry Commission was on site to help manage the burn. Firefighter Jerry Hanna said protecting residents' homes was their top priority.
Our main goal was to protect the houses, and once forestry got here, they set some fire breaks and stuff to kind of contain the fire into this certain area and just let it slowly burn out.
The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
There are new efforts to clean up Forest Lake on the way. The lake was filled with debris from the April tornado. Now Tuscaloosa city leaders are preparing to drain the lake in an effort to get a better idea of what is inside the lake. Now, as we've reported, the city has received federal grants to help cover a portion of the cleanup. They hope to have Forest Lake cleaned up by the one-year anniversary of the April 27th tornado. Residents we talked to say it's hard to look at the lake in its current shape.
It's going to take a long time, and I think that's what frustrates everybody, is to get up every morning and have to look at this. It's just really sad.
And from Forest Lake to Alberta City, where demolition crews have started the process of tearing down the walls of the sanctuary building of Alberta Baptist Church. As we've reported, the church was heavily damaged during the April 27th tornado. Pastor Larry Corder says the demolition process should take about 6 weeks. Since last April, the congregation has been meeting at another church. Corder says the church is planning to rebuild on their original site, and they hope to be back in the new building by August 2013.
WVUA is covering the Alabama legislature, where lawmakers are looking at making looting a crime. As it stands right now, looting in Alabama is not a crime. The Alabama House is looking at making looting a felony if it happens after a state of emergency has been declared in a particular area. Right now, looting is described as entering a building or residence without authorization and damaging or removing property of another person without lawful authority.
Tuscaloosa city leaders are considering the mayor's $5 million proposal for the city. Now, as we've reported, renovating roadways and creating a new police precinct are just part of the plan. Maddox's plan includes 17 items: increased downtown parking, converting a former bank building to a police precinct, and making improvements to Loop Road are all on the list. The mayor believes construction can begin immediately if the board approves his proposal. We'll have much more on the council's decision tonight on WVUA News at 10.
A debate over use of land near the intersection of Hargrove Road and 2nd Avenue. Local businessman Stan Pate brought his ideas to the Tuscaloosa Planning Commission, but he was faced with a barrage of opposition. Most residents in attendance at Tuscaloosa City Hall raised their hands in objection to a proposed student-oriented apartment complex. Some speakers opposed the design, density, and in some cases, the student appeal the proposed structure may bring to this area. Another issue for some residents, traffic, despite Stan Pate's offer to the city.
This particular place, the density of it is the issue. And anybody that drives Hargrove and Hackberry on a daily basis knows what I'm talking about.
I will pay for $75,000 worth of either the traffic circle that has been contemplated, been shown on drawings north on 2nd, or whatever improvement they might want.
The plan is still subject to a vote from the Tuscaloosa City Council, and although the project did not get the recommendation of the Planning Commission, the lone yes vote came from Tuscaloosa City Council member Bobby Howard. New for you at 5, lawyers for a young Alabama man sentenced to life in prison will argue his punishment was too severe before the Supreme Court. Evan Miller was 14 years old when he beat a Lawrence County man, 52-year-old Cole Cannon, to death with a baseball bat, then set his home on fire. In 2006, Miller was convicted and sent to prison for life without parole. His attorneys say the sentence did not take into account his age or his troubled youth. Miller's accomplice, Colby Smith, pleaded guilty to murder in 2006 in exchange for life with parole.
On your Education Watch, an update on the search for a new leader of the Tuscaloosa County Schools. Tonight is your chance to speak out about what you would like to see in the next superintendent of the Tuscaloosa County Schools. The meeting is tonight at the Hillcrest High School auditorium. It starts at 7 o'clock.
Scary moments today in Mexico when a 7.6 magnitude earthquake rocked the country. The U.S. Geological Survey says its depth was about 11 miles. Video here of the shaking at the Univision offices in Mexico City. The mayor of Mexico City tweeted that there was no visible damage in the capital. With it being spring break season in the U.S., officials say millions of Americans are in Mexico this week.
If you've ever Googled your symptoms when you get sick, it looks like you're not alone. According to USA Today, many people are making health message boards their first stop for information, but doctors say most people still know when to visit doctors eventually. They say the important thing is not to self-diagnose or use unreliable sites.
In case you haven't noticed, teens love to text. And according to a new study, texting is the ultimate social tool for U.S. teenagers. The study found 63% of all teens exchange text messages every day with people in their lives, including their parents. The average teen sends about 60 texts a day. Older teenage girls tend to send and receive about 100 a day.
You have the chance to help make a difference in the lives of children all across West Alabama. A fundraiser for Secret Meals is happening tonight. Secret Meals is a program that allows teachers to pinpoint children who need a nutritious meal and put it in the child's backpack when kids are out of the classroom. Now, the event kicks off at 7 o'clock at Opus Restaurant in downtown Northport. The tickets are $20 and they can be purchased at the door.